welcome to Horror Apocalypse. Normally I'd be filming in my horror shack, my haunted shack, but there's a large window on the right hand side, and this time of year the light's flooding through, so it looks like I'm going into the light. Without Tangina Barons to help me to get back, I'd rather not take that risk. So today I'm going to talk about Terror Train from 1980, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, David Copperfield, and Vanity from Vanity 6, the band that Prince put together in the 80s. The basic plot centres around a prank gone horribly wrong. And what a prank it is. It's like, talk about mean-spirited. It's a group of high school lads put a putrid, dismembered corpse in the bed of Jamie Lee Curtis and used Jamie Lee Curtis to entice the poor bloke into her room, where he finds this rotten corpse, and that sends him insane and sends him to the asylum, as it would anybody. I mean, I wouldn't be best pleased myself if I found a putrid, rotting corpse in my bed. To be fair, Jamie Lee Curtis didn't seem to be aware of what was going to happen. She looked almost as shocked as the poor lad who was being pranked. Anyway, let's see the setup for the film. We fast forward to 3 years later, when the high school students have hired a train to have a party on, like a party train. But there's an extra passenger, which they're unaware of, which turns out to be the young boy who was pranked 3 years previously with the rotten corpse, who then proceeds to stealthily slaughter his former friends responsible for the prank, along with a few innocents, such as the train driver. The murders are discovered and everyone gets off the train while it's searched. It's here we learn that Kenny, the lad who was pranked previously, actually murdered someone or at least he killed somebody. They don't state if it was a murder, but he killed somebody, maybe accidentally, before the prank, which sent him completely over the edge and sent him to the asylum in the end. At this point, the students assume it is the magician, played by David Copperfield, who is the one committing the murders, until we see the magician's murdered corpse inside his own, what do they call them things? It's like a box where you slide knives into it. What is it even called? A knife box? I don't know. But he's in there and he's being murdered with his own knives. So we now know it's not him who's doing the killing on the train. And we find out I won't say who the killer is because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's not seen Terror Train. But the reveal is fairly shocking. The first time I saw the film, I had no idea it was who it turns out to be. You have to watch it and let me know if you called it, because I didn't. Normally I do. Normally I call it, but this one I did not. And it'd be interesting to see if other people have the same view as me. Anyway, it ensues with a battle between Jamie Lee Curtis and the killer. I was thinking Jamie Lee Curtis is a believable survivor. You know, she's a pretty woman, so she's a good-looking woman, but she's not a fluffy woman. You can believe that she may survive the attentions of a killer. She comes across as a believable badass, whereas many women don't. Many people don't. Not just women, many people don't. But Jamie Lee Curtis really does, and she does in this film. And it ends up, the fight happens, she manages to avoid being murdered, and the killer is punted via spade out of the train door, straight into an icy stream, where we assume he meets his death. There was never a Terror Train 2, so we can only assume he's dead, which I do. So yeah, the moral of the story is, never prank a person by placing a rotten corpse in someone's bed, which is something I think we can all agree was never a good idea in the first place. So yeah, so if you've not seen Terror Train, give it a watch and let me know what you think. I've tried to keep this review fairly short, as I seem to be hemorrhaging subscribers. So I thought I'd do a number of quick reviews rather than one long video. So please let me know what you think and subscribe and like, and I'd vastly appreciate that. Thanks for watching.